Good day buddies, I hope you're doing great out there. In today's video, I'm going to update you on our ever-growing pet ant colony. This massive 10-month-old trichomyrmex destructor, which in my estimate is nearing tens of thousands of workers now. The update should be on March, making it almost 2 months late, but no worries since I only used clips recorded on their 10th month. Last time we've tried to move them on our latest DIY ant farm, but we'll see the full move later. Let me first update you on happenings before the said move. We gave a cleansing tower to the colony to aid us on the cleaning maintenance. It's extremely useful on making ants free on emptied liquid feeders and food leftovers. As on their massive number now, we can't wait for anything on there set up to be free of ants. We also switched the escape prevention we're using from olive oil to flow-on barrier. Since olive oil can only last few days now, due to the number of ants trying to cross them. On their 8th month, we've introduced them to this nest, and they filled it over after 2 months. And on this nest we've seen the male ants trying to mate with the female ellets pupae, which we also made a short video recently. Anyway, once these first batch of female pupae emerge as queen ellets, the inbreeding officially started. And we witnessed the male ants swarming the young queens. I told you before buddies that I wanna see how big can this colony grow with just a single queen. So we never tried to add more queens. But unfortunately, they decided that they don't want to stay a single queen colony anymore. Anyway, all the wild trichomyrmex destructor colonies I see outside had a black or dark-colored workers as a portion of their workforce like this one. I wonder if this dark-colored workers is a product of inbreeding. Cause I don't think colonies' age is a factor to produce them later, as I have raised a colony of this species multiple times before. We'll see about that later on. As of today our colony don't have a dark-colored workers yet. But what do you think buddies? Feel free to share your thoughts on the comments. Anyway, we needed to move the colony as both of their nest is almost full, and one more reason is they already penetrated the hydration chamber, which is just one step away for them to break out, as it's only sealed with a silicone plug, which won't last long as this ant species can chew on concrete, much more easier with silicone. Look at what they've done to this silicone vent tube over here, in just few weeks after seeking for expansion. So we don't have a choice but to make a more secured setup, as we're raising a tough species to keep. Let's see how our DIY see-through formicarium lasts with them. We moved them here, and saw the colony's excitement to find such a spacious area. Look at them trying a water tower for the first time. This one worker here looks so relaxed. And this frenzy exploration lasts for several hours, and before we finally see them settling in the new ant farm, let me say welcome back buddies. And for those new to the channel, you're also welcome to D Colony. They started to move the broods and the queen at dawn, and in the morning the ant farm already looked like this. Just how I imagined it while designing the formicarium, feels so fulfilling. The queen initially stayed here, on the top of the water tower. But later on they move her here, and still currently staying as of the moment. Maybe it's too humid on the water tower for the queen and eggs. Speaking of it, look at those mountain of broods, serving as a bed for the queen. And here's a view from the outworld. What a nice silhouette of Her Highness. Let me give you a quick tour to this jam-packed tunnels. It's about 75% of the nest is occupied now. It's nice to have more room for the colony's unstoppable growth. Maybe 85% will be occupied if the whole colony move in. Yes buddies, you heard it right. Some are still staying on the old nest. We have already disconnected the other one, or the DIY thin nest, as it dries up first. Upon their move on the new ant farm, they established a garbage site here on the remaining old nest. Which is not their style. As I've told you before, these are crazy clean ants on their living quarters. This just means that this nest will not be considered as one of their living quarters soon. Anyway, only few broods are still being kept here, along with the first batch of queenlets. Look at the arrangement they did. Almost each chamber consists at least one queen. Some of them are already wingless, but they still not moving them near the OG queen. I'm hoping for them to abandon this nest very soon, as I'm itchy to disconnect it from the setup. As I'm having lots of plan for this colony right now. But will not yet removing the too many outworlds, as they serve as a useful feeding and water area. Just look at that scary number of destructive ants they're helping to contain. Anyway, this is a view of the nest from the outworld now. Like I've told you before buddies, the back of the nest is an open way to access all parts of the living quarters, aside from the tunnels that we made. And they love to hang around on them as well, pretty accurate as planned. They also established a new waste area here, which is a good place for me, as I can easily vacuum it up in one go. With the inbreeding on the colony that we just discussed earlier, we're waiting for a scary quicker growth just on the corner. As you're watching this now, I'm sure I'm trying to find time to make them a maybe uniform setup like this one, so we're ready to the upcoming explosion of the colony. This is it for the 10th month update buddies. We'll see them again on their first birthday for sure. I just hope you have learned something from this video guys. Be a genie for the first time, by granting my wish and tapping the like and share button. That would help a lot. This is D Colony, saying goodbye for now, but hoping to see you on my next videos.